What is up, DJ Army? Nethervvoid also known as John. Back with more patch 8.5 for World of Tanks here, and I just wanted to show you the Indien Panzer. I know someone asked for this, and actually I think I'm going to do also the Scout tank on this video. I'm not positive yet. The new Tier 7 Scout tank, which I can't say. Panzer. That's all I know, or something like that. So it's a pretty cool tank. I like this tank a lot. Had a pretty good game in this tank, and it seems to perform pretty well. And I'm just looking at the comparison between this and the Panther II, which is the other German Tier 8 medium. And there's not a lot of differences. The gun on this is quite a bit better than the long 88 on the Panther II. And as far as reload speed, it's got almost 2 rounds per minute on the long 88, which is kind of neat. This gun fires fast. And it's got a little bit more pen. It's got 212 pen. 240 damage, which is just like the long 88, and the accuracy and aim time seem to be similar to the long 88, although there is the difference, or there's like a variability in the aim time. I don't understand that. It's between 2 and 3, or 2.3 and 2.9. Does it depend on, I don't know, it's weird. Also, the accuracy has some variation in it as well, 0.32 versus 0.34, which again is kind of weird. Those stats, the high ends of those stats match up very well with the long 88, though. Again, the main difference being that reload time. It reloads much faster, as you can see here. It's reloading pretty fast. I like that a lot. The one thing I don't like as much about this tank is that the power to weight ratio is, even with the upper, the 630 horsepower engine, which is the top tier engine on this thing, you're looking at about 15 to 16 to 1 or something like that, which it's okay, especially for German mediums. You're probably pretty used to it. But if you look at the Panther II with its top engine of 870 horsepower, pushing 45 tons, that's just about a 20 to 1 power to weight ratio. It's almost. Actually, double of 44 is 88, so 44.5 would be like 89. So it would have to be 890 to have 21 power to weight ratio. So this is a great little flanker, though, as you can see here. I definitely like the reload rate on this thing. It's very awesome. You can pump out tons of damage with it, and it seems very bouncy. The way the turret is, and I'll just pull out of this to talk about the turret a little bit. It looks kind of like a low turret, and the turret has a much smaller, it seems like it has a much smaller silhouette, so it would be harder to hit. The armor on him seems to be well, I guess the Panther II has more front armor, but if you look at the side armor, the Indien Panzer has 90 on its sides, which is a lot better than 60 and 45 respectively. So in that regard, it has better armor. 90 is not a lot, especially when it's flat armor, if we can just look at it real quick. I mean, it's flat armor, so it's, 90 flat is not going to help that much. But you can see that's highly angled top plate right there. I bounced a shell off of it, pretty nice. Luckily it didn't go in, or it might have gone into the turret ring, which would be bad, or maybe that could be hit on the viewport. I'm not sure, but I think the tanks are fairly similar. I think the mobility on the Panther II is going to make it a slightly better tank. Now watch this, boom, and I'm going to come in for the ram kill, double kill. That was probably the best match I had on test in a while. Just getting those 2 kills like that was kind of fun. The traverse on the Indian tank is a lot better, though. Turret traverse 36 and traverse speed on the tracks 38 makes it 74, which is a lot better than the Panthers, which is 68. I mean, it's not a lot better, but really what it is the turret traverse on the Panther II is a lot better, but the turret traverse and the track traverse on the Indien Panzer make it a little more maneuverable. Again, I think the Panther II was built more like a sniper. At least in World of Tanks, it seems more like a sniper. But the Indien Panzer seems to be more of a flanker with the way its stats are set up. Although the accuracies are similar, so if you wanted to snipe with the Indien Panzer, you could. I generally don't like to snipe with any of my medium tanks. I do it a little bit in the Panther I just because it has such horrible traverse and maneuverability. It's like you can't do anything but snipe with that tank, so I have to almost. It forces you to. But to me, a medium tank should not be sniping just because there's TDs for that. So I guess it's kind of weird in this game to have tanks that say, oh, I'm a medium, but perform like a TD. You already have TDs. Why do you have a medium tank that's performing like a tank destroyer? Why wouldn't it just be a tank destroyer? So I don't know. It just seems a little weird to me. It'd be kind of like if you're playing World of Warcraft or something, and you had a warrior, or it's kind of like the paladin healer in a sense. But if the paladin healer had all tank stats, and he couldn't heal for crap or something, I don't know. Or if he could heal good, but he had no... I don't know. It's just weird. This game doesn't really work that way. There's a tank. Usually TDs do one thing. They're not flankers. They're not heavy tanks. You know, they have a certain set of mechanics, and that's what they do. So it's kind of odd when you get like a medium tank that drives as slow as a heavy, like the Super Pershing. Or like the AMX-40. It's a light tank, but it's slower than every heavy almost in the game. It's just real weird. So right here I'm thinking cap, even though we're up 4 tanks, because in my opinion, if you can win, you should win. Just try to win. Don't try to kill all the tanks. I mean, if it's like... Well, when I'm in the cap and I'm near the cap, I just cap. I don't chase down the 1 or 2 tanks left because I don't want to waste 3 or 4 more minutes. I want to get into another game. Also, watch this game. It looks like we're way up on them, right? They got 2 tanks, we have 5. But it's not going to be the case toward the end. I'm kind of blowing it a little bit, but this is why you cap when you get a chance, okay? The other guys had a chance to cap, and I'm like, I told them, I don't know if you saw, but I said, hey, cap. We need to cap. Let's get on this. And they didn't do it. And you're going to see why you should cap when you get a chance. So anyway, back to the comparison. I think I like both tanks. I've played the Panther II extensively, which is something that I'm getting really, I'm really lucky that I've played that tank a lot, so I can do a really good comparison. Obviously, I haven't played the Indien Panzers much, so the comparison for me is slightly stickier there. But the Panther II is an amazing tank. I think it flanks very well. It's got fairly good mobility, especially with that speed. The real only difficulty with it is its traverse. It's very hard. You can't circle people, really. High-level TDs, maybe, but not usually. And then, but with this thing... Oh, here we go. Boom! Didn't think I was waiting for you, huh? Should have used your right mouse to do this. Should have done that on me so you could see if I was looking at you or not. So anyway, that's the Indien Panzer. I'm probably gonna do a different video to show you the scout tank because I'm not ready to record it right now, and I gotta look at some more stats. So I'll see you guys later. Let me know what you guys think. Later.